Well, good for you. Okay, so yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Do 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 Hiya, Pickle Chip. How are you? How are you doing, Pickle Chip? Good. Today it's really windy, and I think we might have had just a little earthquake, or a minor one. I'm just waiting till we get just a few more people in here. Then I am going to start taking orders of what people watch-wise would like to see. And just kind of do a type of wrist check later. How am I doing so far for my first live stream? Is the audio coming through? Hi, Danny boy. Not being rude, just having a fun time today. Finally, it was just kind of a difficult time because yesterday I wanted to do a live video so bad, but just well, I think we should get started. So today is kind of a wrist check. I am currently wearing my, oh, what happened to my, well, um, gosh, where did I put that? So about that, it was the strangest thing happened to me. I was I was looking at my other watch, and my 705 was next to me, and I this is just this one. I did this for 30 seconds. I wound it for 30 seconds or so, and I noticed that it would only run for maybe a minute or so. So I took the back off and I was looking, and it it's fine. It functions. It just needs a cleaning really bad. It's got old oil. It's not corroded. It's not pitted. It needs some cleaning, I should say. The balance staff is swinging freely. The pallet and pallet fork are fine. No damage. It just needs a good cleaning and a good oiling. That's just about what all that needs. And oh, uh, I have a watch that I've been doing work on. It was one of my It was kind of a special one. I've got the case here. I about 3 months ago, I bought my very first Vostok Commandersky off of eBay. It was labeled as not running, but it's in the uh, God, what's that called? Process of being repaired. It had a bit of issue. It the stem release button thing had broken off before I had gotten it, so the stem was kind of just loosely in there. And it was here's the case, kind of a neat thing. Nice one though, kind of a interesting design and kind of a wrist check. I'm wearing my Gruen Precision alarm. The only thing I don't like about the manual wind ones, or some of them, is it doesn't have the quick date set function on them. But still working. I just wound it up. Kind of a neat one. Um, oh, got a question for Danielle Blair. Daniel Blair, I should say. So I was looking on the inside of my 6139 and I didn't do anything to it. It's running fine. Uh, but I opened it and I was just checking to see if the mainspring had made a hole in the arbor port, if it had worn one out, and it had no play. By that I mean it wasn't loose at all. And real quick, how long can you wear one constantly when they were factory original, brand new? How long could you wear one until you had to have the jewel put in for the mainspring arbor port? Hi, Jade Darby. Um, okay. So I've got a watch running real quick. I got my Fossil watch running. Okay, I'm gonna show you this real quick, then I'm gonna ask one more question. I put a battery in, I had to get it off of Amazon, a battery. Took quite a bit of time, but the other one I was showing you, I don't know what's wrong, if the copper coils are giving grief, but it wouldn't run, but this one does. And speaking about running, in case I ever have any issues go on with my 6139, I've got uh, two of these chronograph wheels for the A movement. And where did I put that? Oh, here. And I've got an original stem for one right here for the A movement as well. That's gonna need to have just in case anything goes wrong. I was gonna ask real quick. Is there a way you can tell if a mainspring jewel has previously been put on a 6139? Wait, what? A movement wheels. This isn't the A movement. This is sorry. Wait, I misspoke. Uh, this is not a B movement, it's an A movement, which is kind of interesting since it was made in 1971. Um, so, okay. Um, oh, I was doing some thinking and I think I'll do a live stream every couple of days, just as a FYI. Um, okay. Let's see, is there anything? Oh, yeah. Are there any you would like to see at this point, watch wise? The options I have is my Gruen, my Seiko 6139, the Fossil, the Chateau Pocket Watch. What would you like to see? Taking kind of a quiz. Um, let's see. Well, might as well just do the one that's next to me. Um, uh, what do you mean? Let me know about your tools. Sorry, I just don't understand. Oh, that. Okay. I just didn't understand that part. I'm kind of tired today. I did a bunch of school today. So, what I have is I got a watch repair kit and I've been kind of collecting some tools for a while. I've got the smallest I have is this one. It's a 1 millimeter. Um, I've got the movement holder, and I've got quite a few pairs of tweezers. Those really help. And I've got a spring bar toolkit. Um, let's see. I've got some extra spring bar thing. I think they're called spring bars. Yeah. Um, I've got the link removers. Uh, I've got the two of the magnification lenses, and I've got tweezers, pliers. I need to get higher magnification though, and a bit smaller screwdrivers. And I've got some more tools that are in my watch box. And oh, just okay, got my watch box next to me. It's just a matter of getting into it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and I guess I don't have that many then, but I fixed a couple of watches with what I had. Um, um, Well, as a reply to Jade Darby said, if you could have one watch, what would it be? Well, what I do is I don't really think about what I would want because, let's say, for example, I wanted a Seiko Panda, 6138 Panda. Okay, let's just say, for instance, that it costs $1,000. Okay, I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for a watch. I mean, even if I had $1,000, I wouldn't pay that much for one watch, even if I liked it. To me, the most I've ever paid was, I think, about $50, and that was a good deal too. Um, but if I could, I would say either from the brands that I know about and like, I would say either a Seiko Panda or an Omega. But I mostly like watches that have more than one function. Um, as for what my favorite tool to use, I can't really give an answer on that because each tool has its own use, and you can't really take apart a watch movement with just one tool. Although I wish they did make a one tool for everything. But I would have to say that would be the screwdrivers because you can do so much with them. You can, if you're careful enough, you can take the hands off a face, you can take them and pry some parts off, not pry, but just nudge them. And I would have to say a screwdriver. Yeah. Um, as for my favorite watch, I would say currently the one I have is this one, my 6139. Kind of a nice one. I like it. Um, let's see here. And the magnification, quite a bit of stuff. Um, I like to use product wise this one, the cleaning air thing. Um, it's kind of funny. I was watching Antiques Roadshow earlier today, and it was kind of funny how they had a Patek Philippe pocket watch, and it was a appraisal made in 2004, and it was appraised between $200,000 and $300,000. And then they did another recap type thing for the price, and in 2019 or 2020, it was at almost $3 million. Hard to believe how a watch could be so expensive that I would be afraid to use it. Because just imagine if you dropped it or if you dinged it or scratched the crystal. That would be kind of scary, I would say. Um, are there any? Is there any? Uh, oh yeah. I'm debating on possibly putting. Trying to think. My brain is kind of getting tired late on the day. I'm debating on possibly maybe putting some watches, ladies' watches, for sale from the ones I got, but probably not. But we'll see. Um, put it towards some of the ones that I need and want. Um, uh, oh yes, I remember what I was gonna show. Um, ah, so this is a pocket watch. I think I might do a video on. It has found itself onto my workbench, not workbench, but it was my school desk till changed it around. But it's a Tavins or Tavanese pocket watch. I'll do a video on. Right now, it's just kind of didn't want to open the back because it's in some pieces. I have it on my spot where I work on, and okay. Um. Okay. And then here's one I think I'll do a video on later on. It's a vintage alarm chronograph watch. Er, It's running. I put a battery in, as you can see, and just need to put the back on. In fact, before the video, I just put the battery in. So, um, oh, I had kind of forgot to not ask, but oh, I've got so many watch parts. It's kind of difficult to have to go through all of them to find the ones I need, but I do, and kind of actually it was made in the 80s. Um, let's see. Any questions? Hmm. Um, yeah, still wearing this one and still running. It's funny, I've always liked this one. It's just, it's a really nice watch. It's got the original plastic, or not original plastic crystal, but it's got a plastic crystal. As you can see, it's still on the Timex band. If it works, it does, just so long as it functions. And what I've noticed is that I've been doing research and it looks like this one might be worth a bit more than this one, but for me, honestly, I don't care about price. I would rather have something that would cost less than something super fancy that you could just wear and enjoy. That's what I like about it, is how you don't have to have something that costs you an arm and a leg that you can just enjoy. That might cost $100 if it's really expensive, or mostly I get them for a pretty. I don't buy expensive, because then if you buy expensive, if there's something else you see that you like and you want both, if you buy something expensive, then you can't buy it. Well, Um, well, I'm trying to think which is my favorite watch to work on. Um, I would honestly have to say I really like doing battery watches because mostly they just have you do battery changes. But the most, or my favorite, I would say would be this one. I've got this one I'm working on at the moment. I've taken just about everything apart, but it's a standard New York Standard Watch Co. Let me see. Oh, come on. It's a really nice one to work on since the parts are so much bigger than wristwatches. Although each watch you work on will have and its benefits and its setbacks. But I would say that one is because it's pretty much straightforward and it's easier to work on. But the thing is since it's a pocket watch and for the size of it, if something breaks, it's a little more difficult to find parts for. That's why I tend to be very, very careful with any watch I'm working on. Um, I would honestly have to say my favorite type of watch is one of my two favorite types of watches are chronographs and mostly they're watches with complications like date windows, and I like the ones that have the day date, but any watch I like, just so long as it is what I like. But I'd have to say chronographs. Even if it's just a basic chronograph or if it's complicated, doesn't matter. Just so long as I enjoy it. That's always the best thing to do. Um, let me see. Uh, Mostly I've been looking online at different watches, like on eBay or different stuff like that, because I'm really into Seikos, getting into Seikos and different ones like that. And I've been looking, and it's been really getting hard to find ones that aren't damaged that you can buy for not a ton of. True, doing it because you enjoy can't go wrong. Couldn't say it better myself. And that is true. Watch collecting is always about what you like. It doesn't have to be if it's fancy or if it's valuable, just it's what you like. If it's what you like and if it's what you want, you can't go wrong. Even if it's just a Timex you like. Doesn't matter if you pay $15 or $100. Just so long as you like it is what matters, I should say. Are there any questions? Um, what was I gonna say? what? Oh yeah. Um, but I think I might put some of these watches for sale, although just not the ones that my family likes. The ones they like, I'm gonna keep for them, but ones they don't care for, I might put in the sell box or put them a little away for sale. Okay. So how did I get interested in watchmaking? Well, about that. So, do you remember when I said that my Waltham pocket watch was my first watch I ever bought? Well, I looked through my watch drawer and I had kind of a brain fart moment. And I realized that wasn't the first watch I had ever gotten. My first was a little lady's pocket watch, which I found recently, and it's running, of course. Uh, okay. It's just a little lady's pocket watch, the one I was telling you. Or no, different people. And it's got diamonds on the back, which is kind of cool. It was given to me by my mom and dad. It was my mom's grandpa's dad or something. No, it was some sort of relative. I don't really remember that well, but I'll ask them. Uh, as you can see, it's just a simple lady's pocket watch. I've never, I've never serviced it or anything. It's just this one. It's so nice. I don't want to have anything go wrong. Well, anything can go wrong. It's just this one is extra, extra special, and it's very delicate because everything is so much smaller than pocket watches. Um, what are your favorite watches? And are any of you watchmakers? That just looks nice. At some point, I would really like this one to be serviced. Um, and I was just going to give kind of a thing. My Seiko 7005 is going to be serviced by someone who has watched this video. Um, I'm going to send it off within the next couple of days. Let's see. So, oh yeah, the Jean Cardot pocket watch. Oh yeah, I remember. What kind of I meant to ask this earlier. What type of chronographs do you have, and which ones are your favorites? Um, oh yes. I'm kind of puzzled. Ah, you're into vintage Omegas. I have one. Did you watch the video on that one just real quick? Just asking real quick about my Omega. Okay, just wanted to make sure I wasn't showing you something that you had already not seen. But let's see. This is my Omega. I'm also trying to find someone who can service Omegas, but that are super tiny. That's the real trick, is finding people who will do it. And I was going through my parts lot, and I found something that I don't know what it goes to. So I found a little box that had some parts in it. It's got some of the main plates, a mainspring and the mainspring barrel. And here's the what's it called? The plate. I don't know what it goes to. Um, it's kind of hard to tell because they didn't put markings, or I should say, they didn't put brands on it, and I'm trying to find out what the brand is, which is kind of difficult. It has hmm, no markings whatsoever. Filthy though. Well, long screws, but hmm. Do any of you have a Seiko 6139? Doesn't matter if it's a 6138 or a 6139. What started you peoples into lives life into watch collecting? Kind of funny. I do watch the Omega Enthusiast, and I am subscribed to him, and it's kind of funny because he subscribed to me, which is an extra bonus. Um, I have to say, out of all the brands I have, Omega, Gruen. Oh, which watch were you given? Brand and model, I should ask. I'll be taking I'll be doing this for about 15 or 20 more minutes. Then I'll end. Um, interesting. Uh, it's funny how. Okay, I remember. So I'm just going to. In what way was it a strange crystal? You're right. Okay, I'm back. Okay, just gonna show. For some reason, the hand on my Seiko came off. Must not have been good in there. Very pressed in very good, but it'll go good. Because someone, like I said, who was watching today is going to service it, which will be kind of a nice thing to get when it gets back. I'm going to send it off within the next couple of days. And the heart, shoot. In fact, the most difficult watch I have ever done would be this one. It's just a battery watch, but I cannot get the back off. It's almost like it's glued in. I've tried prying it gently. I've tried little force, a lot of force, but it won't come off. Just kind of, once I get it off, it'll be a nice thing to wear. Real quick, I just want to take kind of a poll. Who is left here watching? Or not left here, but who is still watching this? It's kind of just a quick question. It shows how many people are here. It just I can't tell who. Still going. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not yammering to the wind. Wow, it's really getting breezy. How's it? How's the video going so far? If everyone still here says it's going good, then within the next couple of days, I'll do it since I was real quick. Sorry about yesterday. Yesterday I was going to, but I didn't realize that YouTube had a two-step verification code to do live stuff, but it took 24 hours for some reason. Well, but it was true to the minute. So I was able to start when I wanted to, today at least. Although next time I think I will do do it maybe a little earlier in the day, like around 3 or so. But if everyone puts that they or comments that they like it, then I'll do another one. Maybe okay, today what day is it? I'll either do one on I'll either do another live stream on either Friday or Saturday. Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I've tried using steak knives, but not. Uh, I I tried a razor blade, but it's very difficult because I don't want it to break because the razor sharp is very sharp. I just don't want it to scratch the back up anymore, and I also don't want to get cut. But other than that, I will try it. I think next time I'll do a video, or of course, I'm gonna do a video. But I think what I'll do is Jade Dotterby. Got a question just real quick. Where are you from? I've been kind of wondering. Where are you from? You just don't really hear the name Darby that much. It's just kind of a I have not really heard I've never heard the name Darby before. I just, if possible, like to just kind of, what did we miss? Oh, nothing at the sort. Just real quick, I wanted to just let you know since, really, Wisconsin, with the name Darby, I would have thought like in uh Europe. That's cool. Wisconsin. Uh, um, real quick, Daniel Blair. Is that how you pronounce it? Blair? I think so. I was just gonna show you real quick this one. For some reason, the seconds hand popped off. I didn't do anything to it. It just the seconds hand popped off. I don't think it was seated that well, but but it's fine. Even though it's a different name, each name's unique. Like, how would my mom and dad have thought to make me Colton or Colton, I should say. Funny, sometimes when I go to different places, when I tell them my name, I don't know why they do it, but it's Colton. They, I'm not sure if I say it wrong or something, but it's Colton, Coltin instead of Owen. It's kind of a funny thing. Um, so I was actually did miss just a bit. Um, I was going to just ask real quick. I'm not sure if I asked this before for Daniel Blair. It's about my 6139. Just last question about it. Okay, so factory original. Let's say you got it, bought it, came home, and it was back in the 70s. Let's say you wore it nonstop, okay, constantly, all day, every day for a couple of years. How long, and what if you were pretty active working at a job site? Do you know how long you could go without it needing a jewel put in? Or I should say how long it could go without, or I should say, not go without. In fact, one of the neatest watches I saw was um the reason why I asked was because this was my grandma's dad, so my great grandfather on my grandma's side, which would technically be my dad's side. He wore a heavy working life in mining or something, not mining, but like construction or something. He said this fell out of his hat and went into a hole. This was in his hard hat, and I guess it fell and hit pretty good. It's not even dinged that bad. I mean, it has a few dings and scratches. Um, eventually, in fact, eventually, I really would love to get this one serviced because once I do that, I'm going to wear this every day. I don't wear it every day because number one, the seals. I've opened the back, and for some reason, when the first time I opened it, I noticed that whoever had this or worked on it last did not put a case back seal. So I've made sure to not really wear it. I've wound it just so that it can get a little bit of use just to keep everything just in working order. But I know not to get them wet, and I know that the way to tell that they're not damaged is by lume. And I've taken this out of the case twice to do just a uh, do just. I've taken it out once or twice. Don't worry, I put it back in the way it was, and I took it out the way I put it in, or I put it in the way I took it out, and the dial is beautiful. The only thing is, I really want to get a couple things. Addition to the servicing one, I would love to do it myself. In fact, I've gotten a couple watches working, but it's just I've never had. Let me rephrase. I feel comfortable working on like a pocket watch. I showed them this one. It's a New York Standard Watch Co. I feel more comfortable working on watches that aren't all that valuable. See you next time, Jade. Yeah, that's true. It's just I haven't built up the confidence to work on one like this. Um, Real quick, while we're here and while you can ask questions, I'm going to give kind of a better descriptive uh, sh- uh, thing. Okay, as you can see, I wanted to just ask real quick. I know that not appraisals, but estimates on what something is worth is not always accurate, but I would just like to give you kind of a descript of it and maybe just see what you come up with. I'm keeping it. It's just okay. As you can see, the crystal's pretty badly scratched. Not cracked though, but just scratched. The The indicator ring is faded a bit, but it's not ash. It's good condition though. And real quick, before it gets too late, let me just show you the internals. That's why I really like doing this live video so that I can show people different stuff and ask if they'd like to see any watches in particular. Here it is. Okay. Come on. Okay. It's in actually beautiful condition. So you know how sometimes when you open the backs, you can see where the grinding on the wheel weight is? This doesn't have it, which is a very nice thing. As you can see, it's as shiny on video as it is real life, if not a bit shinier. It's got the movement ring. Something that's kind of interesting is this is a 6139A. Well, for me, value is um in fact, I have never ever cared about value on a watch. Like for instance, okay, so you know how much, since you've worked on so many of them, how much 6139 watches are worth. Okay, what would you say just in general for really, really good condition ones? In general, not precise, but just kind of a question. Um, um, in fact, real quick, I was looking at the case back and it had been serviced before. Not by Seiko, but a good watchmaker. It was serviced in 1974 and it's been running ever since. My great uncle, which is my grandma's brother, was in the Vietnam War. He was over in near Asia. What do you mean by that doesn't really count as service? Oh, do you mean that it was serviced recently or that it was serviced, period? As in, it could have been serviced 100 years ago or it could have been serviced yesterday. Oh, I get it. I didn't know that. Um, so does having a watch serviced bring the value up? I should ask. Okay. I just, I wasn't really sure. Real quick, one last question about servicing watches, then I'll go into a different subject. What do, well, it's a two-part question. What do the marks on the inside of the back mean? And how, or I should also put, do watchmakers put their own servicing mark, and how do they come up with their servicing mark? Is what I've been wondering for a long time. Do they put their initials? Hmm. So could it be anything? It doesn't have to, well, not anything, but okay. I was just wondering on that subject. Are there any you would like? Oh, are there any watches you would like to see from my collection? Can you service a battery watch in the way you can a mechanical or an automatic? I know you can't deconstruct battery watches completely down. Really? Wow, that's cool. Real quick, I went to your website and I checked out your your newest watch that you had put on for the sale part, and that is cool. The 1971 JDM speed timer. That is a cool one. Um, hmm. Oh, just real quick. Sorry, I've been thinking about it all day. Then the one time I'm supposed to remember to ask, I don't remember. Um, okay. Well, if you liked the video, just real quick, do you want me to do an, or how would it be if I did another one? Um, okay. Are you going to do, just wondering, if not, that's okay, a video on this one, just kind of a evaluation type thing? If not, that's fine. Cool. Sorry, it's just I've never had a watch on screen, or I've never seen the process of one of my watches being done. I had one watch done by a watchmaker. It was a project, or not project, but it was a pocket watch, I should say. You know what'd be kind of cool? I'm gonna do another video next time. See ya next live stream. That'll be in maybe 2 or 3 days. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye.